Hi, welcome to the new moon forecast for this September. I'm Kari Field and this is Anandashri Astrology. Hi, new moon coming up on September 9th at 11:01 a.m. How are you feeling? New cycle is unfolding. The moon is reaching the darkest point on September 9th, and at 11:01 a.m. Pacific time will begin to wax again. It's a turning point that affects the whole month to come. So if you would like to find out more about this, how it affects you individually, be sure to book a reading with me, okay? Because I'm going to be talking about the general effects of this new moon, and then we're going to do a tarot reading for everybody here watching. But if you have interest to know how it affects you on a personal level, you can also hit the button below in this description of the YouTube video below and book a reading with me. It's easy. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe to this channel. Okay, so this new moon is going to be in the Vedic star, the lunar mansion, or sometimes called the nakshatra, of Purva Phalguni. Purva Phalguni. Purva Phalguni is in the constellation of Leo. It is in the tail of the constellation Leo, actually, this Purva Phalguni. It's symbolized by a marriage bed or a marriage cot, or like a place to rest. Or Phalguni actually means fruit, or like a ripe fruit. It's a very auspicious star about ripening punya, the good auspicious things that come to us in life, the abundance, the prosperity, and how we enjoy our brief lives here on earth. Phalguni also is connected to relationship love, right? How we connect, how we support each other, and how we trust each other. So, the real prosperity in life often does come from those we connect with, who we bring into our inner circle, and the love and connection we feel by expressing ourselves and communicating with them. So this new moon cycle may be opening up a lot of issues around relationship healing, or bringing in maybe even new people into your life, especially since this Purva Phalguni is associated or ruled by the planet Venus. Venus, the goddess of love, and she, since September 1st, has entered into Libra, sidereal Libra, where she's very, very strong. Libra being the balance, right? Relationship. It's where her swa position is. She's very well placed there in Libra. And she is also pretty close to Jupiter, that brilliant and expansive energy of Jupiter. So this is a time for reconnecting with what you really desire, it feels like, or how can I just enjoy myself? Take it easy. Connect with friends and loved ones. Be open. This is actually a pretty good time for dating if you're single, especially because Venus also will be going retrograde on October 5th and staying in Libra until the end of the year. And her retrograde cycles are powerful influxes of energy wherever she is. So this is a very auspicious new moon opening for heart healing. Purva Phalguni is ruled by this ancient Vedic deity named Bhaga. Bhaga is one of the 12 Adityas, the sons of the sun, and Aditi, the goddess of everything, the goddess of the cosmos. So very old, old god who is associated with wealth and prosperity. And Bhaga is also said in some stories that he was blinded in different ways. One way was, I think, Lord Shiva became angered by his lustful gaze and took his eyes out. So just like Cupid, in a way, there seems to be like an aspect to love that often isn't always clear, unfortunately. At least earthly love and the attachments that we have in our lives, and the people that are closest to us, and whatever we find pleasurable It may not always have to be other people either. It's just the way we enjoy the prosperity of the earth. So the awareness that sometimes trust involves not seeing, just allowing. And the people that we have closest to us sometimes can seem quite far away. So this aspect of trust that feels blinded, not seeing all the time, where we're falling in love. It's a sort of theme here beginning in this new moon. How much do we allow ourselves to free fall, perhaps, or how do we flow with what feels comfortable toward what our heart desire really is? This new moon is also starting a cycle of Kalasarpa yoga, this fateful kind of yoga of destiny called the serpent of time, that involves all the planets being on one side of Rahu and Ketu. Now, it's starting with this new moon, and we'll run until September 20th, when Mars and Ketu finally come together, merge for the final conjunction that they're going to have for some time. So there is still a lot of maybe on a more of a global level, tension, scandals coming out into the open, maybe reactionary or even revolutionary kind of actions happening in certain situations where there just cannot be the standard of the old standard anyway upheld anymore. Rahu has this energy of moving forward whatever cost as well. So the Kalasarpa yoga does have a sort of accelerating and volatile influence, especially until some September 20th. And if you have been feeling like, God, I've just been really under a lot of pressure and having to make decisions, or feeling really stuck and like you don't have a choice, or the choices you have are too hard, there's just too much weight on it. The last few weeks, Saturn has been stationing. Now, Saturn is a very, very slow planet. It takes him forever to get anywhere because he's half the year in retrograde. And he's finally stationing forward now, starting just a couple days ago on September 6th. And when he pivots like this, when he really stops completely, there is sometimes a sort of pressure that can happen, where there's a pivotal kind of, maybe it's a fork in the road, or maybe just like feeling like you don't have the energy to actually move forward and having to change things. It's really a lot about coming into a sense of integrity also, and responsibility. So this is a powerful time, especially for people who are ruled by Saturn or have a lot of Saturn influence right now in their dasha cycles. And like I said, if you want to find out more about these transits, be sure to book a reading with me. Okay, so let's just see what the tarot cards have to say about this new moon in Purva Phalguni. Okay, so the first card that came up is the Queen of Wands. Remember, I said new moon in Vedic Astrology will be in Leo. Leo is very creative, and Purva Phalguni is very, very creative, very fruitful. It wants to also experience and express itself. That interaction, the sort of beauty of creativity that she embodies. So any kind of expressive, artistic, creative expression right now is really coming through with Purva Phalguni, new moon, and the cycle to come. And it really is about cycles. Here we have the Wheel of Fortune. There's been a lot of changing this last summer. A lot of intense kind of situations, a lot of retrograde planets as well. The Knight of Swords comes forward. This is probably the fastest forward moving kind of energy in the deck. So the cards are saying, I think, is this new moon cycle is going to feel a lot like finally stepping forward, I think. All these planets like Mars that was retrograde and Saturn now moving forward. If you have anything you're doing that you've been feeling stuck, things are going to start to resolve and move forward. Let your light shine, your true sun from within shine now. How do you find fulfillment? Where is your heart's desire? The seasons are changing and turning around, and now it's time to make changes and move forward. Allow for new freedom and surrender in that trust. Sometimes losing love and sometimes finding new. The process of ever changing, the coming forth of punya, of new karma into the future. Have faith, trust, even though you may not see all the time where you're headed. Stepping forward, allowing the past to go, the future to come. Okay, that's nice. Some forward motion finally. Be sure to click subscribe if you like this channel. The button is below, and you can also schedule a reading with me, Tarot or Vedic Astrology, or both if you like. I hope to hear from you soon, and take care. Have a wonderful and safe and creative new moon.